It's Nolan. Ayy, at a baby smoke, I just hit Chico. Gotta say niggas want Rico. Ayy, I was on TiVo, green dot reload. About to touch down like Tizo. Ayy, stun like Steve-O, simple like free throw. Juice color like Nigo. Ayy, whip got soup like miso. Ayy, nigga take L like default. Riding through the city, no gas. I be floating on the track, no rail. Okay. Never did art. I just need cheese for the craft up front. I don't put it on tab. Never tell move smart. Probably went to school with your dad. Now they got me saying rules in the class. I'm just trying to do the part. Nigga walk smooth like Shaft. Wanna see me come through for the back. I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We just vibing, niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace. Okay, I did it before, do it again. Got me get temperature, move on my pen. Niggas be talking about family with money involved when it's not. Niggas going to win. Roll with the punches, I took it to chin. Back to the city, I'm booking events. Destroy your friends, just like a smoothie we blend. She came with the juice and the gin. Ayy, something nigga with another swag. Drag these niggas like a bowling bag. Got the soul like all I know. Always with my brothers like Hall and Nash. Label gave that nigga $1 million and they probably never made a quarterback. Big facts like the almanac. Rappers hating, now they want an autograph.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. I want to go ahead and just preface this video. If you hear a little bit of in the background, try to not pay attention to it, man. I told you I got this motherfucking apartment complex right behind my house. They always got some shit going on, man. It sounds like they got the landscaping crew out there right now. They normally would do that earlier in the day. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but just bear with me. I know it could get a little annoying, but they always got some shit going back there. Okay? So today's show, or this particular show, I should say, we're going to get into Megan Thee Stallion just briefly because there's this video circulating online of this guy basically saying that she's following the Beyonce blueprint. I'm actually inclined to agree based on the points that he made and some of the other things that I've seen her doing this year. We're going to get into Lotto album trailer and album announcement and album release date, which was just announced. And we're also going to get into Charlamagne downplaying Jhene Aiko's influence on this new era of young ladies. Tink was just on an interview with The Breakfast Club, and she said that, Jhene is a huge influence on her and a lot of the girls today. Seemed like Charlamagne wanted to push back on that. We're going to listen to the interaction, and then we're going to get into, some of the facts in that scenario, and we'll kind of go from there, all right? So let's go ahead and just get things rolling, shall we? So first up, like I stated, there's this gentleman going viral right now talking about Megan Thee Stallion and how she's following the Beyonce blueprint, basically stating that she's not interacting and engaging on social media. She's not going back and forth with niggas like some of the other people in the industry. She's basically letting the music talk and et cetera, et cetera. I don't want to get into all of his talking points before we hear him say them, so let me go ahead and pull the video up. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
The reason why Megan Thee Stallion is going to go very far is because she's adopted the Beyonce method of being an artist. I've been telling y'all for years, Beyonce has laid the groundwork, giving you the blueprint on how to be a successful artist. Not just talent-wise, not just music-wise, but how you move as an artist. The new girls and some of the old girls are so obsessed with clapping back and getting on the internet and defending themselves. When is the last time you ever seen Beyonce clap back and defend herself? And if she ever does it, she does it through her what? Let's say it together. Through her, okay. Through her music, exactly. When you are an artist, your job is to reflect the times that is happening, not to get on Twitter and tweet and do all that bullshit. We are not, as the consumer, benefiting from that. This is your job. This is your profession. Yes, you are still human, and yes, you have feelings, and yes, you have things you want to get off your chest, but you now have to think from a brand perspective. When we see that, we're not just seeing you as the person, we're seeing you, the brand. Y'all were clowning her for her 64K. What other new girl is out here selling 64K? And y'all forget that this is the streaming era. So when y'all talk about peer sales, I ignored that conversation because the girls who are still selling as far as like cold, hard CDs are the girls that were not debuting in the streaming era. We fought so hard for streaming that we forget that streaming also has pros and cons. You forget that people do not go and buy tangible music anymore. It's all on their phone. So when you're talking about pure sales, does that even have any relevancy in the conversation? The last time you actually went out and bought an album? My favorite is Beyonce, so I'm gonna always buy the album or a physical copy. I actually buy physical copies because I like to have like collections of my favorite artists, like posters and all that kind of shit. These new girls are the streaming girls. So I'm not even looking at how much they're selling. I'm looking at how much they're debuting with streams if I wanted to be that invested in numbers. And while we're on that conversation, y'all are letting numbers get in the way of good music. I don't really care what the girl is selling if the music is good. I've been bumping Megan ever since that album came out, and I don't even know what number it debuted, what single is doing. I don't give a fuck because the music is good, and that's the reason why she's going to do well. Because even though y'all clown her for her numbers and y'all clown her for everything, first off, she's not responding. That's number one. Stop responding. She don't even allow y'all to even think, and if she does respond, it's a very subtle comedic way, and I love it. Even the way she even got on live and was like, "Ho, the amount of sushi you order." Girl, that's how you do it. You do it through the petty. You don't do it directly because you still have a brand to represent. Y'all be so caught up on the street and street code and being so raw and so real. Being so raw and so real is not going to allow your brand to expand. You can be as big as the moon, but these brands don't want to work with you. You're not being sponsored for a reason. Even though y'all claim her music is not selling, she's everywhere. I knew Megan was that girl, no shade, when she was in the MCU. Like, the MCU is a whole different ball game, no shade, because MCU is pop culture now. Ever since I feel like Avengers Endgame, if you are in the MCU, you're that guy, you're that girl. So y'all claim her music is not selling and she's not this and she's not that. It sounds like this and it sounds so the same and da 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 da. She's everywhere. She's literally in every time I look up, a new brand has her somewhere. I just saw her be a chef on somebody's show. I saw her do so many different things in the last few months. People like her. It is a very, very good thing for you to be a likable person, because now you being a likable person is affecting your brand. And that's why she's going to always win.
All right. So that was that video talking about Megan kind of delving into the Beyonce blueprint, the Beyonce format of how she runs her business. Shout out to PJ Eugene. Okay. I try to give the content creators their just due. I'm sorry I said your name wrong if I did, but PJ Eugene, that's the guy in that video. And he made a lot of good points, right? Instead of clapping back, defending herself, trying to fight the narratives that other artists or other fans of artists are putting out there, she hasn't commented on anything. She's only promoted her music. She's played into the trend of Mamushi growing. It's the biggest song off of the Megan album. She's leaning into it. It's leading into what I said was going to happen from the jump. I said that this was an international play. Clearly, you're not going to do... You're an American rapper doing a song with a Japanese artist, right? And the Japanese artist is completely rapping in their native language. You know what I'm saying? Not even trying to like really blend the two all that much. That's an international play. I told y'all that from the jump. Just watch where she takes that shit. I'm telling y'all she's going to be at some major conventions and stuff like that in the next year if we don't see it before the fall is over. Okay? And I'm talking about in Japan. She's trying to tap into that BTS, that Hive market, that fandom that's over there in Japan that's throwing a lot of these K-pop, J-pop artists out the stratosphere. You know what I'm saying? This is just a sample size. Remember, she wanted to work with BTS during the pandemic and she got blocked? It's time to re-up, ain't it? So it makes sense. She's not clapping back. The only times that she's really responded to anything or any of the chatter has been via music, aka what Beyonce does. If you look at the rollout, let's go ahead and share my screen here. Let me take this down. Share my screen here. Let's have a look at Megan Thee Stallion's website, okay? Go to store.meganthestallion.com. And not every artist has this setup where you can go on here and be in tune with everything she's got going on. You go to the first slide, the album in 3 different editions for sale in physical format. Who did that? Y'all remember Act 1 Renaissance? When Beyonce set that website up and that's all you could see on there was like a promo picture and how to buy the album in physical format, pre-save, buy Megan on CD. Right? Stream Megan. And this is tour itinerary. Then you got the merch, which is in partnership with Amazon. So when you go and actually click on this, shop now, where does it take you? Takes you to an Amazon store filled with Megan Thee Stallion paraphernalia, right? So you got the yellow set, you got the red set, hot girl shit, one-piece swimsuit, bikini, dog shirt, tour shirt, beach towel, tote bag, customary hot girl shorts, hot girl hats, crew neck, right? With more promotion on those tour dates. And the tour is about to end over in the last date is 27th at Broccoli City Festival. So as you can see, this is a complete rollout for you to spend money. So this ain't about selling 100,000 in physicals or nothing like that. She debuted, she sold 64,000 the first week. She sold about 30,000 the second week. I don't see the reporting on the third week. She has dropped in the charts a little bit. She's at number 22 with the Megan album at this current juncture. But it's pretty solidified to say that the Megan album has sold over 100,000 units at this point, right? And that's just going off of metrics. If she sold 64, she sold another 30. That put her at 94,000 the first 2 weeks. She clearly sold over 10,000 or near 10,000 in the third week. It's over 100,000 sold. I could see this project going gold. And Mamushi kind of is propelling it to another level. She's probably going to get a gold or platinum plaque off of that before the year is out. So Hiss is gold certified. And remember, she is an artist that owns her own material at this time. She's not working for a label. She's working for herself. And she's getting the majority of all of the profits. So please, when you think of all of this stuff, it's not just about the numbers. We also got to look at the numbers that's going to be transferred into the bank account, which is ultimately what we do it for anyway. We don't do this shit just to be famous. So, you know what I mean? And then you got all the other shit, right? You got the website merch, which is the albums. You got the Megan fan pack. You know what I'm saying? You got the egg packs, box sets. Again, this is from the Beyonce platform rollout. Okay? Then you got all the BOA stuff still on here as well. So all of this makes a lot of sense to me because I actually bought my lady some Renaissance paraphernalia before it dropped. So I'm very familiar with how Beyonce rolled her shit out because I had to go on there and get it. So very familiar. And of course, she's getting the guidance from Beyonce in you know, when she has time. And then she's got Jay-Z in her motherfucking corner, who's definitely lockstep with Beyonce every step of the way and everything that she's doing because they come up with the shit together. So, yeah, it makes sense. Whether or not you want to put her in the same bracket as a Beyonce, that's your choice. And I'm not going to fight you about that shit. But the blueprint, as in, okay, I see the example, let me follow suit. Yeah, it's very clear that this is exactly what she's doing. Okay? Furthermore, I want to pull up a video from recording artists and activists and, you know, devout Christian D1. We talked about him earlier in the year. He came out with a new interview talking to, unfortunately, Aristotle Investments. I don't really rock with him like that, the way he went off on Glorilla earlier this year. But we're gonna tune in for the fruit, the nutrition given by D1 on how artists make money independently, or how you can make money independently, or just 11 streams of income for an artist. This isn't going to be like too far-fetched from things that I talk about all the time on this channel, especially when we delve into the business side of everything, because I've been teaching people this stuff for years. But of course, when another artist comes out that people know of, or at least have heard of, you know, it kind of clicks a little differently than just me talking about it. So when you see this video, I want you to keep in mind, these are also the different things that Megan Thee Stallion is doing, and she's doing it at a high level. Of course, like Homeboy said, she's in the MCU and the She-Hulk thing. She got advertisements with, you know what I mean? She got endorsements with Nike. She got Amazon shit going on, Prime Day. She got motherfucking all types of shit going on. You feel me? It's too many to fucking mention. So, don't she got like some hot girl Cheetos or some shit going on too? So, killing it. And what people don't seem to understand, like the detractors, the people that want to compare her album sales to like Pink Friday 2 and all that type of stuff, all that's great. You know what I mean? But you also got to keep in mind, when she wakes up, do you think that her only objective is to compete with another artist? Right? I'm here to cater to my fans. I'm here to build a business. I'm here to take care of myself and my family. I'm here to be the biggest artist that I possibly can be. If I never measure up to this benchmark that y'all are putting me at, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to exceed at my benchmark, because for this era, she's one of the leaders of the new school. If you don't want to put her in the same category as whomever did it 10, 15 years ago, who gives a fuck? Yeah, they went back and forth, but it's two different things. You know, I hate that I got to keep saying this shit, but somebody got to do it, because a lot of motherfuckers out here are just absolute fools. Okay? So here's D1 with his assessment of cashing in as an artist.
What are the streams of incomes that you were able to create as an independent artist?
Streaming royalties from my music. Number two, you have features from other artists. You have merchandise. When you see me with Mission Vision on my chest, that's the name of my independent label, Mission Vision Music. I'll fool around and go on tour and make more on merch than I'm actually making at the actual show. You got publishing. Well, if we do a song together, whoever did the beat, that's half the song. So they get 50% of the publishing. If I wrote half of the song, the lyrics, and you wrote half of the song, we each get 25% of the publish. That's separate from the actual royalties that you get from streaming. Brand partnerships. For 5 years, the D1 Knowledge for College Tour in partnership with Sally Mae. I signed for 5 figures. The brand partnership, you had to add another figure to that. We got what I've been doing lately, which is you can have your music and allow your fans to name their own price. Wall Street Truck, he paid $1,000 for my album, but he wasn't the only one paid $1,000. You got people that said, D1, we want to book you, but this time, we don't even need you to rap. I'm speaking. I'm a college professor. I'm doing a fellowship at Harvard University, and I'm a professor at Tufts University. I've gotten into stocks. I've been into stocks since 2018. I own an apartment complex in the state I grew up in Louisiana. I own real estate at Harvard University. I own part of that campus. There's a certain amount of money that is being earmarked and set aside for minority investors, and we are minority investors. Did I name shows, concerts? If I didn't, that's 11.
All right, so that's D1 breaking down the 11 different financial streams of income that he himself as an independent artist has cultivated. Now, again, if he can do that at his level, and he's not really a celebrity, he's been mostly talked about in mainstream media over the course of the last year or so for negativity, basically, because Jim Jones and Rick Ross and all these artists wanted to make fun of him, call him lame, call him whack, say he wasn't doing shit. Joe Budden even jumped in on it. But he's turned, you know what I'm saying, his career into something that feeds him, takes care of his family. He's making a comfortable, very comfortable living from music, and most of us don't even be bumping his shit on the regular. Apply that minus, you know, the college professor aspect, because that's a whole different salary and thing that he's getting off of his knowledge and education. Clearly, Megan's not doing that. But all of those other different streams of income Just imagine what they're producing over there at Roc Nation as her management team, not her label, dimwits. Quit using that as a motherfucking talking point. It is not one. Their job is to find opportunities that will keep her paid, keep her in the public eye, and keep her music circulating so that she can remain profitable. Say it with me, people. Profitable. I said that shit with an extra syllable in that bitch. I said profitable. God damn it. And I'm only reiterating these things because it needs to be said. It needs to be digested. It needs to be said in a way that everybody can understand. And at that point, if you don't understand, you don't want to, right? Which was the reason I even created this motherfucking show to begin with, outside of the other shit. All right. So salute to Megan, and let's see where everything goes from here. Let's see where the Megan album ends up a year from now. You know what I mean? And we start seeing those certifications roll in. If they don't, then we'll see, okay, maybe there's a decline there. But I don't project that happening because she's only growing in visibility, even if there's a large population of people out there that don't like her, don't fuck with her, for whatever reason that may be. That's none of her business. A lot of those people ain't going to change their mind. Her goal and objective is to hone in on the people that do. And over time, some of those people may change their perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? And decide, you know what? I really didn't fuck with her at first, but she's been out here. She's still consistent. She out here still doing her thing. I'm going to give her a chance. You know what I mean? I'm going to stop being a fucking hater. There are people that break down over time that way as well. As long as you stay consistent, keep doing your shit. And like I said, she done took the social media aspect out. She got her team running that shit. She chimes in and does videos and does whatever she need to do to get right back to the business, which I think is smart, which is what I was saying Cardi B should learn from the other day. Whether or not she takes from those cues remains to be seen. She's still arguing with fans as we speak. I don't co-sign that shit. I don't think it's helping her no type of way. I think it hurts her brand. But that's who she is. That's who she wants to be at this current time. Hey, it is what it is, right? Now let's keep the show rolling. Next up, as I stated before, we've got Lotto, Bit Lotto, Southside Sisterin. What's happening with it? I've been very critical of Lotto on my show this year. Last year, Lotto was one of my favorites. This year, she is one of my artists to watch. And I've been watching, and I ain't been all that thrilled on what I've been seeing. I feel like this is probably her weakest campaign yet, to be honest. But she's got the album Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and it's slated to drop August 9th. That's the same day I believe that Big Sean is dropping his album. We don't have a clear single from this album yet. The Big Mama shit didn't perform. It came and went. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Whether you wanted to get the one version of the first song, or if you wanted to get the second version of the second song, or if you wanted to listen to it in tandem with both. That was a very underwhelming release, no matter how you paint it. I did like the second half of the record though, but it doesn't perform. It doesn't stand well as a single. I'm just hoping for the best. She put an album trailer out today. She's got Big Rube from the Dungeon Family narrating the album trailer. I thought that was really dope. Staying in tune with Atlanta legends, right? Big Rube used to narrate and do the intros for like Goody Mob, Outkast. He's done intros for like 2 Chainz as well in more recent years. More people are kind of not understanding where he comes from or why he's significant on people's albums, but he's a legend, Atlanta legend, and somebody who was a part. He's like a poet that was a part of that building phase in Atlanta. In the trailer, you also see 2 Chainz make an appearance. You see T.I. make an appearance. So this album here, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, it seems like a loose dedication to the city of Atlanta and her upbringing and her influences. I'm hoping that it turns out to be a good album, despite the records that have already dropped not really creating a lot of interest, not really leaving an imprint. Like, we don't see no craters. You know what I mean? But again, I'm going to hold out hope that she's able to deliver, because the album will give her an opportunity to showcase, anywhere between 12 to 18 songs, depending on how many she goes with, maybe some features, maybe some surprises, something. All right. So here we go with Lotto. Where that shit at?
In the heart of Atlanta, where the streets hum with the rhythm of Southern charm. A young queen rises, her crown gleaming in the Georgia sun, spitting bars since the playground. While y'all was hopscotching and double dutching, she was straight dropping lyrics and busting.
This is my song. Don't serve me right now. This is my
Baby, they don't know you like I know you. Introduce you to the southern culture. Sugar, honey, iced tea, just how you like sweet.
Well on her way to taking the city over, even then.
Blick some, blick some, hit some.
Now the ATL sky is lit by her ascension, a testament to her hustle. Her skill can't go unmentioned. A peach in the orchard, so sweet, so strong. The essence of Atlanta, embraced in every song.
Money, clothes, thick ass hoes. I like all my diamonds froze.
Her influence is almost more than words can define it to be. Big Lotto's the next generation, a leading lady of Atlanta's rap dynasty. Sugar, honey, iced tea, sip you some.
Big mama, big mama.
So as y'all could tell from that trailer, it very closely looks like ATL, the movie with T.I. and them niggas, you know what I'm saying? Big Rube also had a scene in ATL where he was narrating, doing a poem, Love's Deceit. So keeps lockstep with that. I think she's leaning into this new thing, because a lot of people have been trying to call her Nunu. They've been using it as a joke, basically saying that she's using a fake Atlanta accent, or that she's, some suburban girl who's trying to act hood. You know what I mean? I think she basically just showing and proving, saying, okay, y'all want to call me Nunu? I'm going to lean into Nunu, and I'm going to show y'all how authentic I am. I'm going to show y'all how connected to the city I really am. And I'm going to do an ode to my city in this project, Sugar, Honey, Iced Tea, because iced tea, the sweet tea more specifically, is a trademark of the South, but definitely here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You go to any of our homegrown, eateries, that sweet tea is a motherfucking trademark. You got to know it. You feel me? But yeah, you see that they turned Magic City into Lotto City. They showed the chicken tenders and the motherfucking wings and the fry. You know what I mean? Definitely Atlanta staples. Again, you got to see those cameos from 2 Chainz, Tip, who I hope actually make appearances on the album. That would be dope. You saw that, just different areas throughout the city. They turned a lot of different brands into like Lotto themed brands. You know what I mean? So they wouldn't run into any trademark issues as well. And I ain't gonna lie, the trailer actually gave me a little bit of hope. Because I'm like, okay, if they put this much effort into, creating this, then hopefully they put the same amount of effort into the album. I hope that It's a Party shit with Baby Drill is not on the project. Even the 24's like redo, I guess it has to be on there because it was used in the video. But I don't even know if I want that shit on there, to be honest. I feel like Lotto at this point is kind of is a good idea, right? Like you go in a boardroom with a good idea, but what we're looking for is the execution. We're looking for the showing and proving. We're looking for where's the records? Where's the it? You know what I mean? I think she has all of the intangibles. She's got the talent. She's got the lyrics. She got the flow. She has the cadence. She has the look. But where is the records? And this last rollout didn't provide us with no records. You know what I'm saying? At least last time we had is Giving Boss Bitch. We had they tried to come through with the Lottery record, which was basically Big Energy all over again, but it did work. It didn't go as big energy, but it did work. You know what I mean? So she at least had a couple joints, you know. Then once the album came out, a lot of people loved Sunshine on Me. I don't know why she doesn't lean into that lane. That was probably the unanimous favorite from the previous album. Like, you know, whatever. She wants to make hood music, which is cool. You could have that on the album, but pushing that as your singles, I don't see that being like, unless you're gonna, I hate to say it, unless you're gonna go full on JT like with OK. Like, I don't know, man. But again, August 9th, we will get the complete project. I personally would love to be wowed. I personally would love to come on here on the 9th or the 10th with an album review and be like, hey, yo, she did it. You know what I'm saying? I've been critical, but she delivered. That's what I would love to say. But whether or not that's going to happen is up to her. You know what I mean? But I'm behind her. Whether I've been critical or not, I support Lotto. I always will. But I just want to see her elevate. Right? Now, next up is the conversation about Jhene Aiko on The Breakfast Club with Tink and Charlamagne. Right? Again, Tink went up to The Breakfast Club. She's promoting some new music and stuff like that. Whatever she's got going on. I think Winter's Diary 4 is out. And they got on the subject of Jhene Aiko being a big influence and basically calling her the blueprint for modern day R&B singers. To which it seems Charlamagne the God does not agree. All right? In this case, you know, we don't play Breakfast Club visuals on the channel because they will claim it. So we're going to play the audio. So let me go ahead and pull that up. And y'all let me know what y'all think of these. Okay.
Opening for my favorite artist.
I didn't know Jhene was your favorite artist.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. R&B girls know Jhene is the blueprint.
Mm-hmm. I need you to break something down for me. You just said Jhene Aiko is the blueprint for the R&B ladies. I never heard that. I want to break that down.
Oh, yes. I grew up listening to Jhene Aiko. Back in her like mixtape days. This was before albums on YouTube or albums on Apple Music. Jhene paved a lot of the way for a lot of girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it a sound or content? What was it?
The sound. I also think just the content, you know, the way she was approaching her music, stuff she was talking about. Her first record was called Wait No More. That kind of took me over. But yeah, Jhene, honestly, she does it for the girls.
Wow.
She's, to me, like the blueprint for me because she never had to sell her soul.
Mm-hmm.
She never had to, you know, step out of her boundaries to get to where she at. So, yeah, Jhene, she holds the flag for me.
That's crazy because all I think about, I mean, I love Jhene, but one of the biggest lines is got to eat the booty like groceries.
That's all you know.
So it's kind of like she made that like ass eating go up big in the community.
She did.
You know what I mean?
Look at that influence. And that's what it's about, y'all. Influence, it can come in different ways.
Word.
It's a blessing.
You know, Charlamagne tried to play, but you gotta give credit, and I'm glad that Tink actually cleaned it up. Like, yo, for better or worse, you know what I mean? The booty eating population definitely went up when she said that shit. Anybody who was curious, anybody who was on the fence about whether or not they could play them games, motherfuckers say, hey, she said it on the record. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that was hesitant to go there, went there. Motherfuckers who was hesitant to push somebody head there, say, shit, let me see what that look like. And here we are, 2024. It is everybody's talking about eating booty, getting they booty ate. Everybody putting it on their face, and hey, for better or worse, right? But beyond that, as Tink was stating, right? I don't want to say that Jhene is necessarily like the Erykah Badu of the era, because I think a lot of people would say, okay, maybe that's Ari Lennox, who's vocally more closer in range to an Erykah. But I think content-wise and just like her vibe has always been on some like neo-soul, esoteric, you know what I mean, spiritual enlightenment type shit, right? She's one of the only ladies in this new era that's gotten by on head wraps. You feel me? On a mainstream level. She don't have like super big marketing promotion budgets and stuff like that, but she continues to tour. She continues to put records out. She continues to sell records regardless of when she drops. She doesn't have the powerhouse vocals that we were used to, you know, in previous eras. You go back to the 2000s of like some of the better vocalists that were out, of the Fantasias, the Beyoncés, the Mariahs, you know, the fucking list can go on, right? You might even say Jhene is low-key like this era's Maya. You could say that too if you wanted to, right? The petite, light-skinned ladies that kind of do what they want. And I'm only saying light-skinned because they both light-skinned. I'm not saying that as like no fucking badge of honor or like more desirable type bullshit niggas be on. Okay? But yeah, you could put her in that category, but you got to also look at the ladies that are coming up in 2016, 17. Who are they listening to? They're listening to Jhene Aiko. They're pulling cues from her. She's not that powerhouse vocalist, which made it okay for the ladies that wanted to sing and do R&B and wanted to get in the game, that did not have those church vocals, to get in the booth and do their thing. You might even say like an Ashanti, but Ashanti don't play, right? let's have some couth about ourselves. The Summer Walkers, the Tinks, like we've seen that before. She may not do the runs the same way they do them, but they're listening to her for she slowed down the tempo, right? People have tried to call her like the alternative Drake, like the other side of the spectrum. You got Drake, you got Jhene Aiko. They're both two sides of the same coin, but clearly she had the ability to sing where he had to, you know, get some coaching. But yeah, I don't think it should be a stretch to say that she's influential on these ladies, especially if they're gonna come out their motherfucking mouth and tell you that. Why would you question it? How you gonna tell me who influenced me, nigga? Shit. Just like Wendy Williams and Star and the niggas of yesteryear influenced your motherfucking ass. Ain't nobody gonna tell you you were influenced by Ebro. You gonna be like, nigga, I didn't work for Ebro. I didn't listen to that nigga. How you gonna put him in my shit? Because we can't dictate your life or what you gravitated to. So I don't understand. It just shows how disconnected some niggas that actually work in this shit really be. Which I can't expect them to be like connected at all times because they're working. And when they're not working, they're planning. Charlamagne has like 12 businesses. That nigga got shows on different networks, or at least he did at one point. Trying to build his own podcast network, TV shit, radio shit, Brilliant Idiots, all of the different things that he's doing. The other show where it's kind of like mental health focused. Some fake shit, but you know, it is what it is. So I ain't expecting a nigga to just be sitting around listening to music when you got all that stuff going on in a day's work. But I think at a certain point, you know, you can always use your voice, but once you become disconnected with the culture that you're actually speaking on, or you don't have the same energy and the same fervor to invest into the culture that you have basically grown through, it might be time to take that back seat. I think he did say that he does see a pathway to retirement, that he's not going to be trying to do this shit forever. I think that pathway needs to be a little bit expedited because it's about that time. It's about that time for that seat to be filled by the next nigga. I don't know who wants to take it, but we do need, and I will say this, the next generation of people on the mic need to take this shit more seriously. Right? Need to take the platform, need to take their voice, need to take their messaging more seriously. I will say that. Even if you don't go to school and become a journalist, you know, with a degree in journalism or fucking media, if you're going to partake in media, respect the medium, right? Have some respect for the art form that goes into communications. Excuse me. So I do feel like people like Envy, people like Charlamagne, they can't leave just yet, because once you fill that seat, what's the next nigga gonna do with it besides run the program into the ground? There's some good commentators out here, but who can hold a show down solo or with a 3-person group and hold it down for 10 years? Who do you foresee doing it at that level? It ain't too many, right? So I understand why they're not getting out the fucking way, but we need to figure out how to get niggas out the way. All right. Let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. It's so much better on the inside than the out, I swear. But I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, king of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no gunner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.